I still have sunglasses.
Yeah. 400, you know that.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not holding them. Kidding, bro. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to day one at New York Championship Wrestling. My name is Paul Laporte. Joining with me is Dominic Schmidt, and we are getting things underway right now with the first match of the evening. Guy Sadlowski taking on Danny Adams.
Happy to be here with you, Paul. Day one, ready to kick this off with an exciting match here with these two newcomers.
And these two are starting off quick. We got a kip up by Danny Adams, some chain wrestling going on. Guy Sadlowski with a top hammerlock. Right now trying to feel each other out. These two very familiar with each other. They train together. They've recently graduated from the TIW Wrestling Academy, and they are looking to make an impact here in Whitesboro, New York. But they are exchanging some sportsmanship. These two definitely friendly with each other. They've wrestled as a tag team unit in other organizations.
Well, it's good to see two guys that know each other. Definitely going to put on a good match here for us.
Yeah, and Danny Adams has a side headlock on Guy Sadlowski right now. Sadlowski trying to work his way out, has the wrist control, turning him over. Going behind with a hammerlock. Wrenching on it. Sadlowski working it in. Adam trying to escape, ducks underneath, goes behind, reverses the hammerlock. Sadlowski doing the same.
Sadlowski's young, but he's a real student of the game with this joint manipulation.
And that is something that is really a trademark of Guy Sadlowski. He really likes to work those small joint submission holds, wrists. He's been known to use finger manipulation holds, going to a side headlock now. And these two guys are really they are working the basics right now. They are using the early minutes of this match to just try and get any edge they can. Danny Adams, big body slam on Guy Sadlowski.
Danny Adams giving Guy a little bit of too much time to breathe here after that. Should have followed up a little bit quicker.
It looks like he's got some trouble with his wrist. It might have been that wrist lock that Guy Sadlowski had. Oh, Danny Adams now holding on. Maybe the sportsmanship going out the window here. Tries for a short arm clothesline. Sadlowski ducks. Has a ripcord. Gives it up for a drop toe hold. Goes over. Might be going for a crossface here. Oh, he's going for a ring to Saturn. Wrenching back on Danny Adams. Adam trying to use his legs, can't get to the ropes with his arms. Does manage to break the hold.
More body manipulation, that's what this guy is all about.
Sadlowski going to the corner, Adam gets out, hip toss over by Danny Adams. And it seems like Adam is trying to work these quick, higher impact moves, whereas Sadlowski's focused more on the submission wrestling. Big vertical suplex by Danny Adams. Tim Pakula going down 1-2. Sadlowski kicking out at 2.
You saw a guy with that green drink that he calls it his cannabiotic beverage. He says it's got all the vitamins and nutrients to help relax the mind, body, and soul. Very spiritual guy, Sadlowski.
Yes, let's hope the commission doesn't check it out. Leg drop by Danny Adams. And Sadlowski out at 2 again. Crowd's starting to get behind Guy Sadlowski here. Maybe not a fan of the poor sportsmanship shown by Danny Adams off that handshake. Adam with a hard right hand in the corner. Irish whip reversed by Sadlowski. Adam into the corner. Sadlowski up and over to the apron. Shoulder block underneath the top rope. Drapes that arm right across the top, snapping that shoulder into the cable. He's going to stick with that. Arm breaker by Guy Sadlowski. Really singling out that arm.
He's been working on that arm since the second that bell rang.
Absolutely. Right since the beginning of this match started, and he's going to continue to work on, it looks like just really both of the arms. It's just the game plan that Guy Sadlowski has set right now, and he is sticking to it to a T. He's got Adams' arm all tied up, pinned into that mat. Oh, stomping on the elbow, driving that wrist and bending his wrist and his elbow and his shoulder at very unnatural angles.
It's a brutal move, and if you want to get at somebody's arm, that's the way to do it.
And Sadlowski pulling down the knee pad, might be going for a knee strike here. And Danny Adams out of the way. Picks him up, big backbreaker by Danny Adams.
I gotta say, I think Danny Adams has the power advantage here.
Which these guys are, if anything, Danny Adams might be a little bit smaller than Guy Sadlowski, but it seems like that has been the case, especially in the moveset. Big spine buster by Danny Adams, rough down 1-2. Guy Sadlowski kicking out at 2 again.
I certainly would not say anything different about Danny Adams' size. He might even be an inch shorter than Guy and maybe a couple pounds lighter, but he's got that pit bull furiosity.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that kind of compact muscle. Another move working on the shoulder there, almost like a soul food to the ribs. Guy Sadlowski goes back to another wrist lock. And there's that finger manipulation that we've seen Guy Sadlowski use in other organizations, breaking it out for the first time here at day 1.
It might not be the cleanest of moves, but it will get the job done.
Jumping knee right to the face. Danny Adams might be out. That caught flush and clean right across the jaw. 1, 2. Danny Adams barely kicking out just at the last possible moment.
The guy's still got that knee exposed, so any strikes with that knee are going to be doubly effective.
And that's certainly the game plan I would work right now, because I don't know if Danny Adams has recovered from that last one. If he can put another, a couple big shots to the face, then that could be all she wrote, and Guy Sadlowski could be the winner of this inaugural match here at day 1 for NYCW. Russian leg sweep by Guy Sadlowski.
Still got that wrist.
Pulls it into it's going for a Buffalo sleeper here, it looks like. London Dungeon, made famous by Nigel McGuinness. And Danny Adams is in a world of hurt here, and it's going to be very difficult to get to the ropes. He's trying, but Guy is in a very high position on him. He's going to have to try and crawl underneath him, which is going to be a very, very tough route to take.
Yeah, especially with that arm bent in half.
No, he slips out the back door.
Got the pump handle.
Great escape. Gets into a pump handle. Oh, big pump handle slam by Danny Adams. Great escape there. Oh! I thought that was going to be it. Danny Adams planting Guy Sadlowski with the pump handle slam. I thought that was going to end the match. But Guy Sadlowski getting out at 2.9. Forearm by Sadlowski. Big right hand by Danny Adams. And these two are exchanging shots in the center of the ring. All semblance of sportsmanship and friendship out the window now, and these two are just pounding on each other.
Danny Adams getting the better of him. Sends him with the whip. Oh no! Back to that arm. That arm is kicking out on him.
And Guy Sadlowski held onto the middle rope as well. Now he holds onto that wrist again. Reverses the Irish whip. Danny Adams in. Looks like he just caught him with a jumping chop right to the forehead. Follows up with the clothesline. Guy Sadlowski's rocked here. Double underhook, suplex, big time by Danny Adams. Right in the center of the ring. 1, 2, oh! Guy Sadlowski kicking out again. Danny Adams has been hitting a lot of big time moves and has almost put Guy Sadlowski away on multiple occasions.
Yeah, you said compact muscle. He's got that low center of gravity, and he's just powering him up and over at will almost.
Back elbow by Danny Adams. Guy Sadlowski runs to the corner. Pump kick by Danny Adams right in the chest. Goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Guy Sadlowski kicks out again. He's barely getting that shoulder up. And this might be some of the inexperience of Danny Adams here, because he's draping the body, but he's not really making sure the shoulders are down and secure.
I'm just about had enough of this guy.
Got a reverse front face lock here, trying to lift him up. Guy Sadlowski catches him with a knee, catches him with another one. That exposed knee that he had dropped down from the knee pad earlier. Goes up, atomic drop onto that exposed knee, then a back suplex over the top. And what the hell? Is that Damon Ravage? That's Damon Ravage and CJ Scott. You talk about newcomers. These guys are about as veteran as it comes in the Northeast scene. These guys have independent careers that span over a decade.
Now this is something you hate to see. Such a good match, great match going on in the ring here, and it gets ruined by these two goons.
And that's a really good way to describe them, because these guys will take every single shortcut. They will use every dirty tactic they can, and apparently they'll even interfere in matches that they weren't booked for, that they had no business being in. This was a singles matchup, and now we have these two who have just ruined it. There is no ending to this match. And we just got confirmation there by Daniel Peruzzi. This match has been ruled a no contest. And Damon Ravage setting him up for catatonic and plant him in the center of the ring. Oh, great. CJ Scott has the mic.
This is a shame.
CJ Scott proposing a tag team match between the Savage Wolves and Guy Sadlowski and Danny Adam.
I can't imagine the front office is going to be happy about this.
I can't imagine, yeah, that we have Tino Caesar here. I don't know what his reaction is going to be to this, but they're not going to be happy to have their inaugural match, their opening match, the first ever match in New York Championship Wrestling is going to go down as a no contest, and that's going to leave a bad taste in the mouth of everybody in the back. I guarantee it. All thanks to the Savage Wolves. And maybe they wonder why they weren't booked, because they do things like this. And it looks like Danny Adam and Guy Sadlowski starting to recover here.
Guys trying to help Danny up. Referees out there.
You take a minute, tell me what happened.
How was that match, guys? It's just too bad the Savage Wolves had to ruin that match. That was a classic. I don't know if I would have put that dude away in 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I would have done it though. But now I have a new target. Savage Wolves, watch out.
I amazed myself when I pulled that off. The following contest is a triple front match and it is scheduled for one fall. One fall!
It's alright, I'm just a little crazy. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, I'm just a little crazy.
Weighing 200 pounds, Bobby.
ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get things underway with our second match of the evening. Bobby Bates versus Victor Brand versus WaynO in a triple threat match.
I'm excited to see this. These three guys, hot talent. WaynO, he met with President Trump. He's the first cadet in the Space Force. Met with President Trump last week. I
didn't realize that program was off the ground yet.
From what I heard, President Trump very impressed with WaynO.
That's good. Bobby Bates making our announcer and referee both nervous on his way out. Definitely seems like a loose cannon. Victor Brand, hailed from a classified location. And it looks like Bobby Bates is starting things off. Slap to the face, turn, shoves Victor Brand. WaynO, big right hand to Bobby Bates. Victor Brand with left. And they are bouncing Bobby Bates back and forth like a pinball. Bobby Bates underneath. Victor Brand ducks under, gets out of dodge. Bobby Bates with a hard clothesline on WaynO. Hits him with a second one, and WaynO's down. Victor Brand on the outside, content to just watch for now.
Victor Brand's smart to get out of there. Bobby Bates is a madman. He's going to keep swinging until somebody puts him down.
Well, what do you know about him?
About Bobby Brand? Not much to know. Bobby Bates. Not much to know. He is a wild man. He will rip you apart like this. He'll put his fingers in your eyes, your mouth. He'll fight your head.
Now.
He doesn't care.
And Victor Brand, the opportunist, coming in from behind. Double axe handle right to the back of Bobby Bates' head. And it looks like WaynO is just getting beaten up by both of these men to start things off. There's certainly no alliance has been formed between those two, but it just seems like that WaynO is the one who is the target for both of them. Big back suplex by Victor Brand. Bobby Bates back in. Double axe handle to the back of Victor Brand. And now Victor Brand out of the ring. WaynO needs to get out of there and try and let Bobby Bates and Victor Brand go at it for a little bit. But it doesn't seem like he's getting any luck here. Bobby Bates.
Another bite, it looks like.
Pulling at the ears, might have been biting him.
Big slap right across the face and neck.
Now he's just choking him openly. Referee Dan Ryan trying to call for the break.
And Victor Brand's just watching this from the outside. Real brain on this guy. That's why they call him the contractor, all right? He's from a classified location. He takes these contracts. He lives by 3 rules. Maintain client privileges. He doesn't tell you where he is, why he's here, no names, and always enjoy what you do. And he's enjoying watching Bobby Bates go to work here on WaynO.
Yeah, and he's certainly picking and choosing his spots here like a professional, which he seems to tout himself to be. Meanwhile, Bobby Bates is more than happy to just claw and scratch and bite at WaynO. WaynO starting to fight back here, some big right hands. Bobby Bates staggered back into the corner, and WaynO going to town, some hard right hands. And Bobby Bates is in bad shape here.
This is what you got to do. You got to stay on Bates, or he's gonna keep coming forward.
Yeah, he does need to keep the pressure up here. Try and keep him rocked. Backbreaker, reverse DDT backbreaker combination there by WaynO. Blocks the shot by Bobby Bates, picks him up. Turning him around, holds him high up, drops him down with the backbreaker. Victor Brand back in. WaynO sees him though, and he's going to get the same, it looks like. Spinning backbreaker, set up, drop down by WaynO, and WaynO is firmly in control of this match. WaynO going up to the top rope here. Bobby Bates down, looks like he's going to be the drop zone here. Diving headbutt by WaynO. Hits the mark, Bobby Bates.
Big headbutt, and he's right back up, and it looks like he might be going for number 2.
Might be. Bobby Bates is reeling here. That might have been an opportunity for WaynO to get the cover, but he's going to try and put the final nail on the coffin here and take out Victor Brand as well. Oh, diving headbutt attempt.
Takes himself out instead.
Brand gets out of the way, and now he's the one that's got to go for the cover here, because Bobby Bates, I don't think, is in any condition to break it up. Bates crawling to the corner here, but Brand is going after Bobby Bates. Now let's see how that plays out, because WaynO is recovering in the opposite corner while Victor Brand chops away at Bobby Bates. Brand going into the opposite corner, big splash by Victor Brand. Does the same to Bobby Bates. Going back and forth. Lots of stamina and momentum here. Bobby Bates catches him though. Lifts him up. Turns him over. Just brute force in that belly-to-belly suplex. And he's got WaynO up. Exploder suplex over the top by Bobby Bates.
You were counting him out of this match.
I was. He has recovered extremely well. And now Bobby Bates yelling and screaming at the fans. He needs to pick an opponent here and try and get the finish. Triple threat matches are so difficult to win, and Bobby Bates is on the verge of it right here.
He's got two opponents in the ring, but you can tell just by the look on his face that he wants to fight every single person in this audience.
Yeah, you could be right, Dom. He's got a dragon sleeper here almost on WaynO. Just wrenching back on that neck. Trying to get him to submit here. Brand still in a lot of pain from that suplex. Can't recover. Knees by WaynO. Catches Bobby Brand in the head. Staggers him. Victor Brand gets up. Takes out the knee of Bobby Bates.
Real Hitman-like diving shoulder tackle on that knee. Precision, professional.
Bates is in a bad way. Brand diving spear now on Bobby Bates. Can't go for the cover. WaynO's right there. And he catches Brand in the stomach. Goes down. Has him way up over the shoulder here. What's he setting up for? Drops him down. And that's the end. 1, 2, 3. WaynO gets the victory, putting him away with that beautiful over the shoulder Dominator variation.
He calls it the gravitational pull.
And it worked like a charm on Victor Brand. Bobby Bates taken out with that spear. And WaynO is the winner of this triple threat match. Hard-hitting action between all three of these men.
Yeah, I can't imagine that whoever hired Victor Brand is going to be too happy with this decision.
I can't imagine Bobby Bates is going to be too happy with it either.
I don't know if that man's ever been happy.
Let's hope we can get him away from ringside as quickly as possible so we don't have some sort of incident with the fans here. WaynO, in the meantime, is going to stay in the ring and accept his adulation from the fans. Great action here by these three big men. And WaynO's got energy to spare, it looks like.
So WaynO, as the actual winner of this match, how do you feel about your win?
Wow, that hurt. Oh, a lot. I got kicked a little bit. Whew. Well, this compares nothing to Space Force, right?
Yeah, I heard that you recently met President Trump.
Yeah. Come on, Trump, let's go. No wonder I've seen so many.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
Not expecting
Space Force.
I deserve it after that one.
Let's hope. He's got a lot of redeeming to do.
The following contest is a singles match and is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from October Mountain, weighing 175 pounds, the
Mason, you? Who are you?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get things underway here. Lance Madewell taking on the outsider Corbin Dane. Corbin Dane not alone here. Looks like he's brought some, I don't know if they're followers or friends or people he met at the mall. I don't know. But Lance Madewell is out here all by himself.
Madewell's made some quick friends with the fans, though, giving out those pins, those pieces of flair. A couple lucky kids at ringside.
And we're going to get things underway. The bell has rung. Madewell and Corbin circling each other.
Quite the size mismatch here, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Madewell definitely the bigger of the two, but Corbin Dane, as we see, not afraid to use underhanded tactics, going for a thumb to the eye there. It looks like Madewell managed to avoid it, but that's going to set the tone for this matchup, I think. Madewell's going to try and play the straight and narrow. Corbin Dane is going to look to take every single advantage he possibly can here and use that speed. Ducking underneath slaps to the face. Madewell getting hot here. Corbin Dane ducking under again, throwing the shot, trying to do the same thing. Madewell catches him big, chop right to the chest of Corbin Dane, picks him up, hits him again. Dane is down, he's back up. Madewell just manhandling him right now. All the control. And Dane trying to absorb, trying to still himself for another one.
A little bit of mercy here. I don't know about that.
And Madewell showing some strength. Oh, no. Faking him out with some fake sportsmanship before hitting another big chop to the chest. Corbin kicks out at one, though. He's still got a lot left in the tank. Picked in the stomach by Madewell. Speaking of tanks, I do think that that's another place that Corbin Dane has an advantage. The longer this match goes, the more Madewell's going to wear out, and I think that the more that Corbin Dane's superior conditioning is going to come into play. But right now, Lance Madewell is just dominating this match.
One of those hooded figures is up on the apron.
And that gives Corbin Dane time to sneak out the back, shove Lance Madewell into the corner. And now, those followers, those outsiders, pulling Lance Madewell crotch first into the ring post. And that could be the end of the match.
That will ruin your night.
Dan Ryan, our referee here, trying to keep control, but it is difficult. He's only one man, and he has to deal with 4 people in and around the ring. And they're going to do it. Oh, they're going to work at the leg now of Lance Madewell. Those hooded figures slamming the knee of Lance Madewell into the ring post.
Take it from me, you're not going to keep 290 up if you've got one bad wheel.
And it looks like Corbin Dane is going to capitalize on that, driving his knee into the side of Lance Madewell's leg and really trying to take the base out from under him. And that size advantage goes out the window when Lance Madewell's on his back. And Corbin Dane is just viciously attacking that leg.
Dane likes to say that stars cannot shine without darkness, and let me tell you, this guy is all darkness.
Absolutely. Definitely not afraid to walk the black path here. And Corbin Dane looking to put him away right here.
Looks 1, 2.
And Lance Madewell powers out. Back body drops him over. Looks like the adrenaline might have kicked in for Lance Madewell and maybe getting some feeling back in that leg. Big time slap after some choice words by Lance Madewell to Corbin Dane, laying in those right hands. Lance trying to get the crowd fired up, but Corbin Dane taking the opportunity to throw a thumb in the eye. Dan Ryan admonishing him, but not calling for the DQ. Jumping knee lift by Corbin Dane. Madewell down, 1, 2. Lance Madewell kicks out at 2. Corbin Dane still staying on him though. Looks like he might be trying to pull down the knee pad and continue to damage that leg of Lance Madewell. Boot right to the kneecap. Trying to do some serious damage here is Corbin Dane. Trying to stretch out the hamstring, just trying to pull his leg every single way it's not meant to go.
Dane and these two apostles here, they're really working that leg.
Dropping down for the leg lock.
Dane's trying to keep him on the mat where they're the same size.
Those hooded figures opening up the advantage early, and Corbin Dane has not relented since that moment. Lance Madewell with a brief comeback, but Corbin Dane has practically dominated since that moment, and really that's to be expected. Like you said, Lance Madewell is a big guy, and that size is playing at a disadvantage right now with that busted leg.
He's trying to turn over. Looks like he's trying to reverse the pressure.
It looks like he's trying to grab here, almost like either a Boston Crab or a sharpshooter.
Standing up into the sharpshooter, maybe. Let's see, he's got both
Now
legs.
he's stepping outside. He's definitely going for a Boston Crab here, but Corbin Dane does get to the ropes. Madewell needs to get a break here. That is the wrong corner to go to with those hooded figures, but Lance Madewell just trying to get any sort of separation he can from Corbin Dane at this time.
Back to the eyes.
Yeah, Dan Ryan really has to get to the point where he's going to have to call for a disqualification here. Corbin Dane just blatantly rule breaking. He's not even trying to distract him or do it on the slide. He's just doing it in plain view. Corbin Dane trying to whip Lance Madewell, but he's not able to. It's just a lot of weight to move from a standing position.
Madewell had that right arm hooked over that top rope, and you're not going to move a guy that big. He's gripped on that height.
Madewell catching his second win here, throws Corbin Dane into the corner. Now laying in with some Mongolian chops. Onto the trapezius muscles of Corbin Dane. Bionic elbow. Uppercut after a shot to the gut. And
Dane's in the corner with his buddies, so he might have an advantage here if he can wiggle out of this.
And just Madewell just absolutely opening him up. Shots to the face, chops to the chest, punches, slaps, everything. Running splash into the corner. And Corbin Dane out on his feet here. He's wobbling around, barely staying up, and down he goes. And Madewell might just try and he's just kicking him over to the corner here. Looks like he's setting him up. Going up to the second rope here. And Madewell could be going for a Vader bomb. Does! Connects!
Shades of the big men of the past.
Absolutely nails it. Corbin Dane manages to get his hand on the ropes, and those hooded figures pull referee Dan Ryan out of the ring. Again, Dan Ryan letting a lot of stuff go here.
And he's down. It looks like he's out.
It looks like, I don't know if he might have hit his head when he got pulled out to the floor. I'm not sure what happened. It was out of our view, but Corbin Dane taking advantage. Running drop kick by Corbin Dane sends Lance Madewell out of the ring. And possibly right next to or on top of our referee, Dan Ryan. And those hooded figures putting the beating in. There is no referee here. Our ref is out.
Dane's got all the time in the world to catch his breath.
And Madewell trying to fight them both off. But like you said, Corbin Dane just getting a rest now. And Corbin Dane might be setting up for something here. Outside of the ropes, jumps over. Oh! Goes over the top. Lance Madewell out of the way, and he catches nothing but his own entourage, for lack of a better term. Hit those hooded figures that he brought out with him. And now Lance Madewell back in control here.
Tide turns once more in this match. It's been real back and forth, even with the addition of two guys in the corner of Corbin Dane.
Corbin Dane hit his hip hard, but that's low blow to Lance Madewell. Definitely going to put him back in control here. He's got him down. Hooks one arm, hooks the second. Pedigree.
Final reflection, he calls it, and that would be it if his own figures hadn't taken out the referee.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we're at this point. And Corbin Dane hoisted on his own petard. As Lance Madewell unable to kick out, but there's no ref to make the count. Corbin Dane maybe going up to the top rope here. Lance staggering back to his feet. Turns around. Is it in time? He does catch him.
Catches him.
Michinoku driver by Lance Madewell. And he goes for the cover, but there's still no ref. There's no referee here. Dan Ryan still laid out.
Another 3 count in our hearts and minds, but this match continues.
This is a 2 out of 3 falls match now unofficially. And the referee must have hit his head badly on the outside because he is just coming to now. But Corbin Dane starting to get back to his feet, recovering from that Michinoku driver that would have put him down for a 3 count had a ref been in there. Corbin Dane holding it up, kicks him in the stomach.
Final reflection again.
Could
One
be
arm.
setting him up. No, Lance Madewell powers out. Crossface chicken wing on Corbin Dane. Corbin Dane thinks about tapping, tries to hold on, but he's got nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go.
And you do not want to be the small man in the crossface chicken
That's
wing.
it. Lance Madewell getting the submission victory over Corbin Dane after having him beat previously with a Michinoku driver and having Corbin Dane beating him previously with the final reflection.
2 falls, 1 on 3.
What a wild match.
Unofficial.
What a wild match this was. But Lance Madewell getting the victory here at New York Championship Wrestling. And it looks like Corbin Dane unhappy with his own hooded figures.
Trouble in paradise with this demonic trio.
Puts one down with final reflection. He is not happy with their performance despite the fact that they saved the match for him at least twice. Corbin Dane in a sour mood here. Those hooded figures still following him at the end of all of this, despite what just took place.
Check your face!
Lance, congratulations on your win. Tell me about it.
Well, first off, I'm going to open this nice Mountain Dew because I don't drink it often, and the little homie over here that decided to give it to me. Come over here, bro. You deserve to be a part of this. Come on, little man.
Come on, bro.
I don't know who this kid is, but he clearly knows that I prefer Pepsi products over Coke, so thank you, little man. Get right here. What's your name? Michael. Well, thank you for being a part of day one, and I appreciate it. I hope to see you as our future rolls on. You can go ahead and sit down, and thank you, bro, for this nice Mountain Dew. Matter of fact, go over to my merch table and help yourself to one of my signed pictures, buddy. Now, we haven't been formally introduced, miss. What is your name?
My name is Jessica.
All right, Jessica. Well, thank you for interviewing me. I'd just like to say to Mr. Corbin Dane, he's a frisky little one. You still got a lot to learn, and you want to throw it on again, little man? I'll be glad to accommodate you and tear your other shoulder out of its socket. But thank you guys for introducing me to NYCW, and I hope to have a lot more for you fine people as time goes on. Have a good night.
It's a touching story. Once upon a time you died, and I lived happily ever after. The end.
Hey, no, point that camera at me. Me and my Sonic Kill Instinct are here. We're main event in the first day, as we should.
And the brawl has begun.
Yeah, we're getting things underway here early on. We have the Nacci Mafia and Mr. Musty Tyler Vincent taking on the unit known as Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct with the advantage at first, but Nacci Mafia and TV have turned it around.
Kevin Cartwright, Cody Riddick, and Mike Skyros. Killer Instinct all getting laid into now by the Nacci Mafia and Tyler Vincent. And Tyler Vincent has some of the hardest chops I have ever seen. I've seen this man wrestle a lot.
Hardest chops I've ever heard.
Yes, that too. And now, Killer Instinct getting lit up by all three opponents. Frankie Nacci, back elbow.
Dan Nacci back elbow.
European
we're gonna
uppercuts,
see
it
here?
looks like. Yeah, big running European uppercuts. And that's what the three were going for. Tough to tell from this angle, but that one was definitive. And Tyler Vincent and the Nacci Mafia with the early advantage here. Killer Instinct trying to regroup. Cody Riddick's chest is already bright red.
Yeah, Jacobby Riddick, he's got wealth building up. And this match, I don't even think the bell's rung.
It hasn't. We haven't officially begun this. Killer Instinct trying to figure out who's coming in. It looks like Mike Skyros is going to be the first one in. I'm sorry. No, that is correct. That's Mark Skyros, Kevin Cartwright arguing with fans at ringside. And it looks like Skyros and Vincent are going to be starting things off here. And Skyros shoving Tyler Vincent. Vincent shoving him back hard.
I'll show you tough. I'll show you move.
And Skyros into the ropes. Shoulder block. Not moving Tyler Vincent an inch.
He was going to show him tough. I don't know. I don't know if that's going to work against Tyler
I
Vincent.
think Tyler Vincent showed him tough. Another shoulder block. Skyros giving up a lot of weight, giving up a lot of muscle mass. Mr. Musty Tyler Vincent is just built like a rock. That man is all muscle. And Skyros trying for a crossbody there, but Vincent just nonchalantly catches him and sets him down.
Carrying him like he's nothing.
Skyros, I mean, you gotta admire the tenacity. And Skyros getting laid out with a clothesline by Mr. Musty Tyler Vincent. Heavy shoulder block by Tyler Vincent in the corner, folding Mike Skyros in half.
Pushing him back to that post almost. Shoots him across. No, reverse.
Vincent in the corner, big up and over. Hooks him, gets him up high, and just drills him through the mat with that belly-to-belly suplex. Getting the tag into Frankie Nacci. Gut wrench up. Mike Skyros is just getting thrown around here. Carolyn lift into the gut wrench suplex.
And the Nacci Mafia, they are no weak links. All right, these two guys, tough as nails, strong as oxen. And Frankie's the small one. And in comes Dan, and this man is 6'7", and a house.
And he's getting used. Frankie is a missile. Comes in with a big clothesline in the corner. Drop kick. And Skyros has been beaten into dust here in the early goings of this match.
He's got to make a tag, or this match is not going to last very long.
Still managed to kick out. Skyros absolutely must be regretting the decision to go in first here. Frankie's got him up and up and up and holding him there. Skyros getting dropped down. Delayed vertical suplex by Frankie. Skyros kicks out at 2. Finally getting to the corner. I'm sorry, that's Dan.
Dan's the big man.
Dan's the
I think he could have held him forever.
He probably could have. And Dan getting tripped up. held down.
Kevin Cartwright on the outside, and that man is dirt nasty to the core.
And Jacobby Riddick coming into Dan's face like a missile with that front drop kick. Skyros finally getting some time to rest. Jacobby Riddick just wailing on Dan with those big time elbows.
Skyros just face planted on the outside before he can even make it back to his corner.
And Jacobby Riddick tagging out to Kevin Cartwright. Puts a big kick right to the spine of Dan Nacci. Frankie coming back in, not doing his partner any help here.
Now the three members of Killer Instinct, they've got the 6'7" Dan Nacci in this corner right where they want him.
And Kevin Cartwright keeping him in there.
And biting him, looks like biting the top of his ear.
And Skyros giving a thumbs up. There's Kevin Cartwright. I think Dan might want to get up on his shots after this match. Get a tetanus shot going on here.
Not a bad idea.
Double
These
suplex.
two guys trying to bring the big man up.
Skyros and Cartwright can't get Nacci over. And Dan Nacci with a double suplex.
He can get them over.
On Kevin Cartwright and Mike Skyros tagging in Frankie Nacci. Jacobby Riddick coming in. Shoulder block by Frankie Nacci. Jacobby Riddick getting turned upside down, and
Frankie not letting.
he's just curling him. He's bicep curling Jacobby Riddick and throws him across the ring.
All the way slammed the entire length of the ring.
Unbelievable.
Corner to corner.
And Frankie Nacci staying on Jacobby Riddick. But it looks like Riddick might have got something in there. Nacci was coming in.
Maybe he caught his eyes.
Elevated roundhouse kick by Jacobby Riddick, but he is in control now. Which is saying something to the recovery power of Jacobby Riddick. Shot right to the back. And Killer Instinct doing a good job of keeping their opponents in their corner.
Jacobby Riddick, he's the most technically sound member of Killer Instinct, and he knows drag the guy you've got back into your corner, keep him on your half of the ring.
And Tyler Vincent, for all of his prowess in the ring, is a hothead, and he could be falling into the same trap that Frankie did earlier. And Skyros back in the ring. Shoulder block. Big chop by Mike Skyros. Nacci trying to fire back, but Skyros just making him pay for it, just pummeling Frankie Nacci. And Kevin Cartwright getting the tag in. Skyros keeping Nacci pinned face first at the canvas. Cartwright with a big elbow drop. Referee down. Frankie Nacci kicking out at 2. And Kevin Cartwright staying on him. Snap barrel by Kevin Cartwright. What's he gonna do? Is he trying to make himself throw up? No, he just stuck his finger down his own throat. And now he's rubbing it in the face as Killer Instinct takes advantage of the disgusting distraction and pulls Dan Nacci and Tyler Vincent off the apron.
Absolutely disgusting. This Kevin Cartwright guy, I tell you,
this entire collective unit is pretty gross in their actions and in their attitude. Jacobby Riddick into Frankie Nacci. Now Nacci's the one who's in a lot of trouble and needs to see the tag here. Skyros, big jumping back elbow. Cartwright, and they're just running a series of elbows and boots. And Frankie Nacci could be done here. 1, 2.
Frankie's got to meander his way over to the other side. He can't keep getting locked up in this corner.
But there's only so much he can do with these animals. Killer Instinct keeping the ref distracted, keeping his partners distracted.
Riddick spitting in the face of Tyler Vincent, keeping the ref in that corner while they work on Frankie in there.
Absolutely disgusting men. Killer Instinct living up to their name and just making life miserable for anyone that's in the ring with them.
Frankie's coming back with these hard body shots, European uppercut, but eyes and mouth and face, and just pushes him right back into the KI corner.
These guys have no limits. They will do anything. Nacci with a kick, elbows, getting some breathing room, needs to get to the other corner, lifts him high in the air, Swiss death by Frankie Nacci.
And that might buy him the time he needs.
He's got to get to the corner. He has to get to that corner. Can he get to the corner? Vincent on the bottom rope, reaching as far as he can for that tag. Nacci trying to drag himself to his corner.
A few more feet, a few more seconds of crawling.
Almost there. Riddick trying to get to cut him off. Can he get there? Nacci getting the tag into Tyler Vincent. Skyros trying to cut him off, gets put down. Cartwright tries to cut him off, gets put down. Clothesline on to Jacobby Riddick, and Tyler Vincent is cleaning house here.
Killer Instinct brought all three men. Tyler Vincent is cleaning them up.
Spinebuster on to Mike Skyros by Tyler Vincent. Kevin Cartwright up. Irish whip. Power slam by Tyler Vincent. Jacobby Riddick staying out of his line of sight. Gonna try and blindside him here. Vincent turns into it. Waited too long. Ducks underneath. Fireman's carry. Big Samoan drop by Tyler Vincent.
Is Mr. Musty a man or is he a machine? This is tragic for Killer Instinct.
He is powering through Killer Instinct, who have had the advantage for a long time here in this match, and Tyler Vincent has just single-handedly turned the tides, tagging in Dan Nacci, the big man, and he lifts him up.
Talk about all the way up. That's
Military press. At least 7 feet in the air.
It's got to be 8. Oh, but to the eyes.
Drop kick sends Dan Nacci face first into the corner.
Does Killer Instinct let an opportunity to cheat and be gross slip through their hands?
Absolutely not. Skyros and Cartwright in.
They're going for that double suplex again. They've got him up.
Holds him up. Nacci catches him. Oh my God. Folding Dan Nacci in half. Jacobby Riddick grabbing the legs as Skyros and Cartwright drop down for a brainbuster. Somehow Dan Nacci kicks out.
That was one of the more unbelievable things I've ever seen.
Killer Instinct trying to murder people here. Nacci breaks through in a double clothesline.
Dan is running through him now. Catches him midair, lays him down. Ripcord. Lariat.
Dan Nacci still,
and suddenly the tide swings.
Feeling the effects of this match. Just been going back and forth. Frankie and Dan Nacci both in. High, just both laying in to Mike Skyros with a pair of European uppercuts. Tyler Vincent in the corner. Scissor kick by Tyler Vincent to the back of Mike Skyros' head. He's the legal man. 1, 2, 3.
There
that
it is.
It. And Tyler Vincent gets the victory. What a match. Oh my God, what a match.
Hey, when you main event day 1, you had to expect it to be big, and that match was big.
And all 6 men in this match giving us a worthy main event.
Impressive.
To bring day 1 of New York Championship Wrestling to a close. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. That is going to wrap it up. We will see you back next month for Tag Team Turmoil. For my partner Dominic Schmidt, I am Paul Laporte. We will see you soon.